All new at 10, justice delayed. Texas jails and prisons are both overcrowded. Judges and lawyers call it a COVID side effect. They say we're the ones paying to keep inmates behind bars longer than normal. Now, the trouble's twofold. County jails are full of defendants awaiting trial, and Texas prisons are housing people who've already been cleared for parole. 12 News reporter Amelia White looked into what's being done to get the system back on track. She's live with the story all new.
Jordan, locally and at the state level, we've seen a delay in jail releases. I was able to sit down with Judge John Stevens and a defense attorney to find out what's causing the delays. Judge John Stevens says the Jefferson County Jail is nearly at max capacity.
We know that we have a full crowd in there, but we're working to get it back to about 50% capacity where we were before COVID blew up.
Judge Stevens says the county has had to move inmates to the old county jail.
Locally to other locations, there are other places that we can send them to house them temporarily. We don't like doing that.
But what's to blame for the full facilities? Defense attorney Ryan Gertz says it has a lot to do with money.
The bond amounts recently have just gotten out of control. So people who are accused of a crime are essentially being held in jail, not because they're a criminal, not because they've been proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, but rather because they're poor.
Judge Stevens says COVID put a pause on things and backed up court dates. That's led inmates to being held longer than usual while they wait for their trial.
So we are in court every day. I was here today with one case after another. Judge West and I are the two dominant felony judges here in this county, and we are tireless in what we do, in holding hearings, bond hearings, trials, motions to revoke probation, other pretrial matters every day.
But this issue goes beyond Southeast Texas. Jefferson County Democratic Party Chair Joseph Trahan points to what's happening in the Texas prison system.
There are, as of April, nearly 11,000 incarcerated individuals who've been granted parole but are still sitting in a jail cell.
That's all spelled out in data released by Texas Department of Criminal Justice, first reported by the Texas Tribune. Roughly 9% of the state prison population could be put out of parole. Instead, Trahan says we're paying to keep them behind bars.
The long periods of time that people are waiting in a jail cell, because it impacts our bottom dollar. It impacts your tax dollars. Every single day that an individual is incarcerated.
Gertz says it's time to stop stripping inmates from their basic human rights.
Be treated the same. And it ought to be a lot better than $500,000 bonds and junky bologna sandwiches and moldy bread and spoiled milk and all the ways that they are mistreated. It's absurd.
Judge Stevens tells me they're not only working to release inmates, but they're also providing rehabilitation resources to help get inmates back on their feet. We also reached out to Sheriff Zena Stevens about this issue, but she hasn't gotten back to us yet. I'm live in Beaumont. Amelia White, 12 News.
I, Robin Mouton,
I, Robin Mouton,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm.
A historic day at City Hall. Robin Mouton has become the first black woman to serve as Beaumont's mayor. People packed City Hall, the council chambers, to watch that historic swearing in. The former mayor, Becky Ames, said a goodbye after 14 years on the job, and Mayor Mouton took her seat front and center. Council members then took turns welcoming her. She's the city's 42nd mayor. Mouton thanking supporters, and then she addressed the entire city, saying she believes she knows what people want from her as mayor.
And that I be an example of what anyone would want to see in a mayor, and the integrity and the pride of Beaumont, because I love Beaumont and I want to represent the citizens of Beaumont.
So Mouton, the first new mayor in 14 years. The celebrations were short-lived as council soon got down to business. They went into executive session to debate whether to buy the old AT&T building on Main Street. This is a building battle that we've tracked for more than 2 years. Now, 2 weeks ago, the council delayed a decision on that riverfront property until Mayor Mouton took over. Councilman Mike Getz says he already has a plan for the space.
This is what I'm trying to promote. This is Celebration Park in Naples, Florida. This is something we could do on land that we already own And it's an upscale food truck park that is just doing incredibly well.
So Getz believes that idea would have an immediate return on the city's investment. Again, he's talking about land they already own and not buying the old AT&T building. He plans to present that in future weeks to the council. They took no action today. All new at 10, a new subdivision coming to Port Arthur. The affordable housing project would go up right next to the Intercoastal Waterway off Proctor Street near 6th Avenue. It includes new houses, a park, and a waterfront view. 12 News reporter Jordan James is live tonight in Port Arthur looking into the plans.
Jordan, this is a project that has been years in the making. Ultimately, the goal is to have housing available downtown in an area that is starving for opportunity. Soon, this vacant lot just off the Intercoastal Waterway will be transformed into a new subdivision, and it's creating quite the buzz.
Tell everybody, man, come on home to Port Arthur.
24 houses will fill this property known as Legacy at Guilford Pond. It's the second phase of a housing development project being spearheaded by Legacy Community Development Corporation, an initiative that Port Arthur Mayor Thurman Barty believes is an investment in the future.
We're trying to do what's necessary, and we want to even work with our industrial neighbors so that they would be in a position to offer jobs to individuals who are in Port Arthur.
The subdivision would be a mixed-income community. A study by the National Association of Home Builders shows that building 100 affordable homes could result in $11.7 million of local income and bring in 161 jobs, along with $2.2 million in taxes.
Affordable housing is very important over here to meet the low income level.
Dean Nguyen would know. His company, LLB Construction, has built many of the homes for Legacy Community and soon will do the same with this new subdivision.
There's a need for housing. As you can see, there's not enough housing around here. We build so many homes in downtown Port Arthur, and as soon as the homes are built, it's sold out.
The city of Port Arthur preparing for the future, one brick at a time. No timeline has been set for when they will break ground on this new subdivision. To read more about this project, you can head over to our website. For now, reporting here live in Port Arthur, Jordan James, 12 News.
Nice to talk about people being able to move in. Jordan, thank you. The Roofing 911 Skycam from the 12 News Storm Trackers, Education First, showing a pretty nice night out there. Here's the view at our studio. Mostly clear at this point, some clouds as well, but certainly no rain. Drier air moving into southeast Texas. Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn said this is exactly what would happen. The question tonight, will we see any storms tomorrow?
We will, but I don't think we're going to see as many as we saw today as rain chances continue to stair-step down. As you can see, nothing on radar as we look at mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. A lot of this is high-level clouds as temperatures in the mid-70s. Tomorrow we'll go with a 20, then 30% coverage in the afternoon, mainly afternoon and evening showers and storms with high temperatures close to 90 expected. We're keeping a 20% coverage for the morning because we may see that right along the coastline. Otherwise, your weekend forecast shows pretty good chance of rain both in the lakes and the triangle. The big question comes, unfortunately, on the 4th of July. We're going to be watching a front near our area. Does it stall in the lakes, along Interstate 10, or in the Gulf of Mexico? Wherever it stalls will have ramifications to our forecast, and we'll probably have to adjust these numbers either up or down. The verdict is still out. More on that forecast coming up on 12 News.
First Lady Dr. Jill Biden and Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff are in Houston tonight. They attended an event at Minute Maid Park to encourage people to get vaccinated against COVID. Their visit comes days before the president's July 4th deadline. Remember, he wanted 70% of American adults to be partially vaccinated by Independence Day. Texas is not expected to meet that goal. Right now, roughly 50% of Texans 12 and older are partially vaccinated.
And we want to encourage everybody here in Texas to go and get the vaccine. Doug?
Safe, free, effective, available, and they work. Everyone wants to come to the baseball games without masks. Do it, get your vaccine, but this way you can go out in public safely. You can do it without getting anyone else sick. Save yourself, save others. It's the right thing to do.
And since the Astros were playing tonight, they both stuck around to watch part of the game. Now to that condo collapse, the death toll tonight rose to 12 in South Florida, and 149 others remain missing. Searchers say they will not give up hope. This memorial wall is growing tonight in Surfside. Flowers, photos, memories, honoring the people who died and those who are still missing. Today was the 6th day for crews sifting through that rubble looking for signs of life. They've moved about 3 million pounds of concrete. It's painstaking work, not just because this was a 13-story building, but because the rain has made the rubble super slippery. There are more than 50 agencies, 900 people at the site, and even more are coming.
There's no more needed resources in the numbers of people, but we want to rotate those out so that we can get some resources back in case in 7 to 10 days or so we may be dealing with some type of tropical cyclone.
The Miami-Dade mayor said information about the missing is coming from so many sources, so many different ways, and detectives are working around the clock to sort through it. In case you missed it, we now know what happened in the moments before a Groves man was hit and killed on Highway 69 near Central Mall. Police say 73-year-old Gary Moore was trying to pick up something that fell out of his truck when he was hit by someone in an SUV. This was Sunday. 2 other vehicles also involved. Police say at this point they have not issued tickets to anyone. Beaumont city leaders are doing their best to distance themselves from the ongoing transit dispute. They say they're prohibited from getting involved in negotiations. The bus drivers instead are in contract talks with a company called First Transit. They've been discussing things since last October. If a new contract between First Transit and the union is reached, it would have to be approved by the city. Mark your calendars. The food, the fun, the funnel cakes will be back at Ford Park a little sooner than you think. The YMBL South Texas State Fair will return to its typical spring dates next year. So we're talking March the 24th through April 3rd.